Welcome back to another episode, guys. Now today is a very exciting day because as a key component to any kind of Web3 games or perhaps any kind of blockchain games, eventually you'd want to reward your players, right? Be it with an NFT, be it with a currency. So today we'll be looking at actually rewarding our players with our strange token, right? Transfer, like the previous episode, works to send from point A to point B. However, the origin of the transfer will always be paying gas. So when 1,000 players start claiming rewards, you're gonna have to sign every single transaction and you'll probably be broke in no time. So to circumvent that, we create a reward contract, which, if we look here, is right here. It's very simple. We import our token. There we go, import the token, and we quite literally just claim the transfer method on our token. So if you look here, this is our token contract from one of the previous episodes. If we look at the transfer function here, we'll be calling this function right here. We're saying, hey, look, we want to claim, we want to transfer tokens from this reward contract to whoever has requested the method. Now, this here is as simple as it gets. Like, it's super easy, it works, but it's probably not secure in the way that there's nothing preventing anyone from calling this. So I'll leave this contract for you guys, and you guys can then build out on it and learn more Solidity side on how to secure it. For instance, here's a basic requirement: require that the wallet, requesting the claim is actually the connected wallet. Otherwise, you let them know that it's not their wallet. You revert it. You could even do something like requiring the amount to be less than, I don't know, X amount, like 100,000 or 10,000. Otherwise, if a request is more, you can say something like withdrawal limit reached. Then the if someone tries to somehow claim more than that, let's say they try and hack your game or whatever, if it's more than 100,000, they can't. It will just kind of, it won't work at all. It will revert saying that the limit's been reached. But just for the sake of simplicity, we'll just do this today. We'll call this function called claim rewards using a separate contract, let's see how that goes, right? So first things first, we have our strange token contract right here, same as last time. The only difference is we're gonna have to deploy a new contract called the rewards contract, and we're gonna have to deploy it on our token. Now, excuse me, I'm not very Solidity wise, so I don't know what the actual proper technical term for that is. But we can grab our contract address here and deploy. Let's have a look. That will pop up. We'll just pay for the transaction. I do not have enough funds. That's embarrassing. No, it's because it's the wrong account. It's my other test account. We need to be going into this one here. All right, there we go. Perfect, cool. Let's try it again. We'll deploy the reward contract on top of the token contract. Here we go, give it a sec, and we should see it pop up on the bottom there. That's great. Now, if we look at the claim rewards, we can specify who wants those rewards and how many rewards are we sending. Now, there's another issue here. This contract holds absolutely no strange token. So if I go here and I call that, the balance is 0. That's not going to work. We need to make sure that this contract always has our strange token. So when you're doing this in your game, always ensure that you've got your own currency sent to this contract. This contract has to hold some of your token to be able to distribute it. Otherwise, you can think of like a glass. If a glass is empty and someone tries to drink water, there'll be no water for anyone to drink. It's not going to work. So you have to ensure that the contract remains topped up, I suppose you could say, with tokens. So we can go ahead and we'll transfer 50,000. I want to think that's 50,000. So yeah, 50,000 strange tokens. And now, if we just give it a moment for that to transact. Cool, it's done. We can look here. We now have 50,000 strange tokens for this contract. Excellent, great. Back to Unity. Last time we did this, we did the transfer year wealth because we transfer tokens. For today, we can just change this to claim rewards, right? We want to be moon boys, so let's make sure we can get our rewards for playing the game. The method being a write method, not a read. Please watch the previous episodes if that's unclear. I'll put a little card up top so you guys can have an easy reference to it. The difference between read and writes, different functions, different code. but we can grab our previous write function and you can quite literally just copy paste it. So I can do our claim rewards function. You can say that the whoopsie daisy. Wow, my typing's bad. Alright, so in short, this method that I'm going to create now can be invoked whenever you feel that your player has reached a goal, achieved something, they've collected 2 or 3 coins, you want them to be able to transfer that balance to their wallet. This is the simplest way of doing it. You can just go public async void claim rewards. Actually, that's probably a bad idea considering our method name is that, so we can go boom. And also, before I forget, sorry, because we did just create a new contract, remember in the contract manage episode, again, card top right corner, that you need to grab the token contract, the reward contract address, and add that in your manager. So look at the video for the contract manager to see how to do that, but add your contract address in the manager and just do the ABI as well. The ABI being right here from the compiler, just grabbing it here. In my previous video, you should see how to do the ABI, the whole process of the ABI. I'll just run through it again. You can grab your ABI here, go to a new tab, paste it in one solid line there, go file in your IDE, a text file, paste it so that it's one long string, and you want to just find and replace. We want to find all the quotation marks, and we want to replace it with a backslash quotation mark. As soon as we've done that, it will say like a ton of these occurrences have been replaced. That's great. Grab that whole string again, go to your contract manager, and pretty much just put it into your ABI here. So unfortunately, Unity isn't great for selecting partial stuff. So I'm gonna go public static string reward ABI, and we'll just paste that whole long line of stuff that we just copied. And there we go. We've got our reward contract and ABI into Unity, and we can use it. Great, well done. We can close this down. Now we create the function that we'll be calling for the player to be able to claim their rewards. So we can pretty much just go ahead and let's grab this whole function right here, paste that here, but the only difference is we're not transferring this time. Oops. We want to claim rewards, which is quite literally what you see here, claim rewards. So claim rewards, there we go. Who do we want to send this to? Well, we want to send that to the connected account. So playerfirst.get string account, great. So that the connected wallet at the time, the player gets rewarded, they get sent the tokens. The amount that we want to send will be 100 tokens. We'll just try that and see if it actually sends 100 tokens. And we just have to ensure that under the contract here, the variable, we change it from token to, I think it's reward, there we go. Because reward is that and that. So I can actually go ahead and copy that. And we can just replace that. And also replace that right there. There we go. So 1, 2, 3 places to replace. And if all goes well, we can just say something like claim has been successful, or we can say there's been an issue with a transaction. That way, for sanity, we know exactly what's happening. So now on Unity's side, on the claim rewards button here, we can just go make sure that the claim rewards function has been invoked on this button, and then boom shebang, let me just double check to make sure that we're actually going to connect with our test account. There we go. Because remember, we have no, as the owner, sorry, we have like the full supply for like trillion strange tokens. So it's not going to be effective to test if we can claim our own tokens. We need to be a wallet that is not the owner, that could be a player that needs to collect those rewards. So we'll just make sure that we connect. Cool, test account. And then hopefully it takes us through. Yep, we have absolutely no strange tokens, but we can see that the total supply is still 1 trillion. So we can go, well, fingers crossed this works, touch wood, claim rewards. Wow, it is not. What is the issue? Okay, we're back. So I'm an idiot. I never pasted the reward contract address. I had no idea what the hell that was, but that was definitely not the right address. That's why, I don't know, for some reason, it was trying to call a completely random contract somewhere on the internet, and for some reason that was why it's failing, but there we go. Even though I copied this, I don't know, the editor didn't paste the correct address. But anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, this is a great example of just being diligent. Even if you're a dev and you've got experience, sometimes the editor still finds a way to just screw you over. But anyway, let's get back to it. In Unity, we've actually deployed our contract. So let's just go through it again. We've created this reward contract, which we can see right here, which is importing our token and saying, hey, we want to call that transfer function, or transfer method, sorry, from the token contract, and we want to transfer X amount that we specify to the connected wallet within Unity. So this function can be called universally as a write function. If we go to Unity here, within our function, within our script here, sorry, we're basically saying, if I go down, we claim the rewards, that's the method we're calling, and we want 100 tokens. We can actually probably increase it, let's say like 1,000. So you can invoke this method whenever you want to reward your player. So for instance, let's say he ends or finishes a level and it's a runner game and they've got a score of, I don't know, 6,000. You know, you could create a variable for that. You could say something like string score, you know, which will be fetched from like another manager. Could be, I don't know, say I don't know, say like 6,000. Oh, actually, that's not a string, sorry. So int score could be like 6,000, for instance. Like, out of experience, I do have score systems in some of my games, and they're often floats, and you kind of have to convert and pass the information around to make it work. You'll actually see here that we already passed whatever value we'll be sending into a big integer because of the way the blockchain handles data. So regardless of if it's an integer or if it's a string, as long as you make sure that you pass it right here under one of the arguments, it should be fine. So anyway, so we can just get rid of this again. What I was mainly just trying to say is that this doesn't have to look like this. It could be another variable. It could be an integer. It could be a float. It doesn't really matter. As long as you you make sure that you're adding your decimals, that's like super important. So this method here, let's give it a shot. Let's touch with this works. So I'm Billy Bob. I'm connecting my wallet. I have absolutely no strange tokens, but I just finished my first level, and the game says I've got some rewards to claim. So let's have a look and see. Cool. So I have absolutely 0 tokens. Boom, the game asks me to claim my reward. MetaMask says, sure fam, there you go. Confirm, go back to Unity. The claim has been successful, and now what we can do is if we just close the scene and just replay it. There we go. We have 100 tokens, even though I said 1,000. So on my end, I probably made a mistake with my zeros. Let me just double check. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No, that is correct. Let's just do this. We'll just go and add another 0 in there. There we go. So we can do this, but we can also go one step further and saying, okay, after the user has, you know, claimed their rewards, after we've called that claim reward method and withdrawn tokens from the contract to the connected wallet address, we can just call the fetch balance again. So what we can do is we can go, we can invoke, basically put a timer, oops, on the fetch balance, and we want to update that after 4 seconds. So we're saying, okay, let the user claim the tokens. If it's a success, invoke the balance again after 4 seconds. So we give the chain time to update and then fetch the balance again and update it on screen. Otherwise, if there's an issue, well, there was an issue, and we can look at it in the console. So let's give it a shot. Let me just say that. We'll just wait for that to relaunch. And let's have a look. All right, cool. Great, so we'll have 100 tokens, that's no surprise. Let's claim our reward. We've been good people, we've been playing games hard, lots of points. Alright, great, there we go. Back to Unity. Claim has been successful. We'll give it a few seconds, see if it updates. There we go, nice. So that is kind of what you would use in a production environment. You would have like a wallet screen, have like the current tokens, and then the score could be the unclaimed tokens. And so whenever the player wants to, he can go to the menu and he can claim his unclaimed tokens, which will then update on his current balance. I'll create a video later on with a bit of a demo that I've been working on to show you guys exactly what that looks like in practice. But really, I hope this was helpful. I feel like it is quite a complex conversation to have over a video, but you guys have effectively learned today how to create a reward contract that sole purpose is to reward players and distribute your token without you paying a single dime for any kind of transaction fees. I would love to see how you guys implement this, and as always, I really hope you guys found this helpful. Please like and subscribe if you've liked it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode where we'll get up to even more complexities.